What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert Global Lab patch notes reading for March 6th. Happened a few days ago, and I was just busy for the weekend, but as you guys know, Global Lab notes come to the live servers the following week, so in about, I guess, 2 days from now, these should be hitting the live servers. So it's like an early preview, and yeah, so we're going to be taking a look at it together, seeing what it's all about, and I heard there were some interesting changes today. So let's take a look at that. If you want to read that, it's translated from Korean to English. I'll leave a link in the description, so feel free to do so. Anyway, class changes. Oh boy, let's see what is happening. They're changing Succession Sorceress, reduced the high PvP damage and concentrated Prime Black Wave, so you can no longer stack damage too easily. Fighting Sorks is actually very difficult just because the amount of iframes and mobility they have makes it hard, and plus them being able to do like really good damage and not get hit is definitely kind of needed, but we shall see. So basically all of this is just PvE or PvP damage, and we'll see how that goes. Tamer. This is not a class you see getting tweaked often. Tamer usually is a forgotten class by Pearl Abyss, but we shall see what's happening. The role of the Hailing is, while mounted PvP has been updated, we've adjusted the excessively high damage reduction rate, which basically, you guys ever seen the videos like, what, 7 years ago, where people were power leveling on Tamers on their Hailing? And basically, you just take no damage. Obviously, this is PvP update, but it's funny because I remember back in the day when everyone was new, myself included, Tamers were basically power leveling themselves with like very minimal gear on their Hailing, and everyone else had to grind. But yeah, that's a little bit different. But let's see. The movement, 60 to 20 second cooldown, that's pretty good. Added crit rate to PvP only, and then a few other changes. Damage, that's a big jump in numbers actually. Admittedly, I don't know Tamer abilities all that well. Gonna be honest, I don't know what half of these numbers even mean. So these numbers seem higher, so apparently they got buffed somehow, so that seems pretty good, I guess. But I wish I could tell you what that actually felt like in game, so we'll find out next week. Yo, Kuno getting buffed? Holy. They've adjusted the CC effect and flows, enable a new knockdown combos in. That's PvP. Nothing in PvP. Okay. Cooldown reduction, always nice to see. More damage, definitely deserved. Oh, so you can stop movement like at a certain time. That's good. More all evasion. I understand why they're doing evasion, but at this point, you have to go full send into evasion for this to matter, to the point where even for Kuno, I think I'd rather have DR. So like, here's the thing. If you're all evasion, that's great. But the time where you go evasion is when you're already like, what, over 800 gear score. So like the rest of the like 90% of people playing will probably be in DR up until this thing. So I mean, I think this should have been better as a plus 25 DR or 24 DR or something, or however they scale it. But it is what it is. Always a buff is always appreciated for every class. Melee damage and adjusted skill damage. Guardian, we've improved the overall survivability to better fit the shield bearing concept. Wait, Guardians? They thought Guardians were weak? I'm convinced Pearl Abyss does not do any PvP, but you know. Guardians are just fine. They have large AoEs and damage to make up for it. You know, okay, so their ability that builds stacks that increases like health and everything to jump, they doubled the amount of health. So I've talked about this in, you know, other patch notes when they try to increase the number of HP recovery on things. I think they should do percentage-based recovery for all classes across the board. Not only will that help, you know, in the future when they decide to inevitably buff everything, you know, maybe 5 years down the line from now when we all have like 30,000 health. You know, if you guys ever played like WoW, Final Fantasy, Maple Story, how the scaling progression goes extremely far. I think percentage health would actually fix the problem for every class instead of a flat number. So, yep, it's just going to be tweaked again in the future, but I think this is a solid change. I don't really think they needed it, but it's good to have. All DR plus 20 changed to plus 40. That's actually huge. It's kind of feels like Warrior. If you ever fought a Warrior holding their Q block, you do like no damage. It's insane. Restores your health by 25 when using it, 2500 when using a skill. Could be fixed by a percentage heal. And yeah, that's probably better. Like it doesn't matter where you're at in the game. A percentage heal will generally make the game a lot easier for everyone. Smoother flows and everything. Yeah, Guardian got a huge buff. That's actually really nice. Like these are very strong buffs, I would say. Sage. Defense Judgment has been applied to forward guard or super armor to forward guard. I see. Draconia, a lot more buffs there. More damage. Wait, hold on. Are these reduced? Hold on. Or is it just changed? Down smash, removed. That's not good. These numbers, they look like they're going up, but then they look like they're getting they're removing a core ability of that to make it, interesting. Floating has changed to knockdown. That's good, actually. Air attack is deleted, and the down attack is applied. Okay, so that's a buff. Down attack knockdown will always be the best CC in the game because you're on the ground longer than any other CC type. Okay, well, overall, it seems like a buff. I think some of these got adjusted downwards, but some of them overall good. New monsters for new titles for monsters. Okay, War of the Roses. Oh boy, every time I read War of the Roses patch notes, I always get kind of disappointed. All right, let's read this. Large scale battle once every 2 weeks, by the way, on a Sunday at the most inconvenient time, by the way. So let's see. I think now it's like more people can apply for it, I believe. Let's see. Making it easier for leading a guild. Being able to recruit and find fills or mercs in, I guess, what we call it. And then I think they added some sort of thing where if you have under the number of people, like one side, they sort of do something to equalize it. So admittedly, I haven't done War of the Roses in quite a while just because it's at the most inconvenient time, but it is what it is. Guild alliance of 30 to 100 people, up to 270. Okay. So the application time Oh yeah, this is tweaked towards, I believe, daylight savings time is adjustment. Application. Hasn't that always been the same? Like I remember when I did it, it cost 500, and then regardless of if you won or lost, as long as you stayed in there, it was profit. So I guess it's five. Oh, for the guild leader, it's 5 billion to 500. That's the same thing for everyone now. Fine. And then they've been trying to do tweaks ever since then. I don't know why, but something about this map just seems like it's off. Like the going left to right seems always easier than going right to left. But I don't know. That was just my limited experience. And then the rewards, which were, let's be honest, no one is doing this for the rewards. The only thing that's important is the Chase of Thunder or Lightning Chases for the Voltarian horse. Everything else, you might as well just go grind an hour and you make more silver. But Voltarian horse is the only reason people are doing those. So if you want more participation, add more of those there. All right, what's next? They're moving some of the NPCs for convenience. Added effects to distinguish the hunting grounds between upper and lower. What? Sakraya. Added effects to distinguish hunting grounds and underwater boundaries in the lower levels. Were people getting confused about this? Because there's literally, you have to go out of your way to go underwater. Like, once you get into Sakraya, that's upper. Then you have to go into the little thing and like talk to the thing, give it the seal thingy, whatever it's called. That was not helpful at all, but you guys know what I mean. The thing where you combine the fragments and to go in. Yeah, I don't know, because that was very different. Because you can't accidentally find yourself in underwater. I guarantee you that. The ability to like sell your fish more conveniently by selling it by the tier, I think that's actually very nice. Like, you have no idea how many times I've seen like one fish at 130% and then the rest are at 80, and I'm just like, oh, I don't care, I'm just gonna send it. And I've already swapped channels like 4 times. So this is actually a W change. Very nice to be able to individually sell the fish tiers. Being able to check the UI stuff, actually very nice. W quality of life change. Arena of Solaire replay feature has been improved. Actually cool. And snowboard replay has been improved. Here's the thing. Here's what I would do. Because this is one of those things where if you're watching a replay, you know how like League of Legends and all the other RTS games as well have replay abilities. Even like Call of Duty has replays. What you should do is have it get sent to the website. That way it's not like loading directly into the game. So if you want, like, let's say you want to watch a certain replay, you could click the download and it'll get sent to your account, like on the website, and then you could watch it from there or on your phone or whatever, the phone app, I guess. That way, I think it would be a lot easier and less stress on the game because it has to load extra things. So yeah, just like you could watch it in game, but you could like also watch it on the website as well. I think that'd be really nice. And then, hey, actually, not a lot of bug fixes and changes this week. Whether that's a good thing or not, I have no idea. But usually the page is like 5 pages or something. All right. Costume fixes, world map, UI. This is a bit important one. Value is set at 10 instead of +5 on the new refined origins. I see. And then various quests. All right, well, that was actually a pretty quick patch notes read for this week. We got some very nice quality of life changes come in for bartering because everyone does fishing. War of the Roses got, this seems like a buff, but once again, the biggest like hurdle of this one being the awkward time once every 2 weeks on a Sunday evening. If they were to put it like, I don't know, maybe midday, or maybe if they did it late night Friday or afternoon Saturday before Siege Wars, like not like directly connected, but like 6 hours apart, like let's say afternoon Saturdays, that'd be good. Or maybe just, have one actually just during the week as well too. Like that would be pretty good. Aside from that, Guardian probably got the biggest buff of all of them. I'm happy to see Tamers getting buffed, same with Kunos, and Sorks. I don't know, but anyway, decent patch. With that said, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. And if you're new to your channel, hit that subscribe button. We got a bunch of stuff coming up next week to talk about as well. And I'll try to keep you guys updated on current events and everything. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.